Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to my general live. Oh wow, 2 people in here already. Welcome. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. This is going to be a general collective live reading. If you are watching this later, please skip on to about 5 minutes in when the reading will begin. And if you've just come in and you're watching live, hi, thank you for the like, whoever you are, welcome. This is a general collective reading. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Jamie, hey, Luke, hi. Hope you're all doing well. I hope you're feeling good. I hope everyone's doing good. We are, there's 2 packs left. Hi, Stacey, Kapil, hi, welcome. Luke and Jamie, you might want to put your little link in if you've got any left. UK people, if you like fudge, I don't know what you guys have got left. I don't know if you've got anything you're selling at all, but guys, I'm not joking you. I'm going to just give you a warning. If you are a foodie, if you've got a sweet tooth, don't order. Like, I'm just going to be real. Don't order, because this is like, I've had 2, literally, look, these are 2 packs. I've had 2 already, and I have been staring at this all day. I'm going to taste test the Aero ones. This is the Smarty and Aero ones here. Hi, Kate. Kapil, thank you. That's very sweet. Yeah, Luke, you might want to link this. And Jamie, I don't know what you guys have got left over there. This is a husband and wife team that are my friends that make amazing food, desserts, cakes. Yeah, I'm going to do the Aero, but look how big. Look at how big the chunk is, though. I'm not going to be able to talk. Everyone's going to be happy. Oh, bless you, Stacey. Yeah, I've been waiting to try the Aero ones. The toffee ones were insane, and I really like the Smarty ones as well. So far, the toffee ones are my favourite. Oreo, Smarties, M&Ms, curly. Oh, you got curly whirlies? Are you actually joking? You got curly whirly ones? What flavour? Oh my goodness, no. What flavour M&M ones have you got? Is it just the regular or? I hate you. I hate you. Why? Why? There's no taro today. I'm joking. Oh my goodness, it's just so good. Seriously. I've got goosebumps. Oh my goodness. Stacey. They're insane. Seriously, these are really good. The fact that I'm not talking it just shows you. Guys, you've done so well. These are my favourite. Jamie, no wonder you said these were your favourite. These are now my new favourites. Luke, you can stick the link in if you want into the I must have read your mind, Luke. Must be psychic. Yeah. Guys, if you're in the UK, I'm going to be really honest with you. If you don't already know, I'm a massive foodie. If you don't already know, I'm a massive foodie. No. What you can add the link. Was that the wrong link? I'm not so, to be honest with you, I'm not usually a massive sweet tooth person, but when I crave like sweet, and I ordered these, I think it was like, I can't remember now, was it a week ago or something? Not too long ago. the fact that they came today was really good timing, but they're also really good. So guys, if you're interested, message Jamie. It'll be Jamie that will probably be dealing with you. I highly recommend it. And now I'm fuming because now I want the curly whirly one. And look, this is how distracted I am. I've just shuffled the cards the wrong way. It's going well. I've shuffled them. One is the wrong way. Oh dear. This is when you know, isn't it? Right. So let's get started, guys. Energy is interesting. Oh, Jamie, honestly. The energy, I'm not going to lie, is interesting. Obviously I meditate. I clear my space, sage and all that other jazz. And I sit in this space usually and I feel out the energy. I'm going to be real with you. The energy is wired and it's not just because I've had aero fudge. Bless you, Jamie. I feel like I've stitched you up. I mean, to be honest with you, you really should ship overseas, but then you got to remember, I don't know how long these things last, but those fudge right there, I'm going to be honest, fudge is usually not my thing. I'm going to be very honest with you, but they are insane. Like I'm going to have to hide those bags because I'm going to end up staring at them the whole time. I already know. Yeah, they're really good. The energy is a little bit wired, guys, at the moment. I'm feeling like there's a lot of, the way the guides are saying it is mixed emotions, but the energy's got this, now obviously we've got Moon in Libra at the moment. So that's obviously part and parcel, a little bit of it, because obviously you've got a little bit of that imbalance there, haven't you? Libras that tend to be a little bit imbalanced, usually. Sometimes that the idea is to sort of recalibrate them. If you've been having some issues where things haven't gone as planned, you're frustrated, all is not lost. That's how I want to say it to you, because again, when I was sitting in this energy earlier and I was kind of feeling everything out, it feels to me like, again, I'm just going to sort of explain it to it in the way they're giving it to me. It's like a false start. It just feels like it's weird. It's like whatever has happened in terms of timelines, the timelines have changed, but the kind of conscious reality has not caught up yet. The three-dimensional reality we're in has not caught up with that kind of energy. It's like there's a shift underway, but it's such a mismatch with what we've got. Hi, Joanna. Hope you're doing well. It's going to be an interesting couple of days. I'm going to be really honest with you. Leading up to this Scorpio full moon is, I mean, it's the last super moon as well, 2020, until next year. That's not by coincidence either. And obviously we've got retrogrades. We've got Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, Venus, all coming into retrograde. We've got the North Node that's about to go into, the new North Node is about to go into Sagittarius, Gemini. Oh, Hannah, bless you. Bless your heart, Hannah. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. So, obviously with this nodal change around the 14th, there is definitely a shift. It's like we're kind of going into second, third gear here. Oh, you're welcome, hon. You're welcome. You're more than welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad you could join us here. I've just seen your message, actually. Oh, bless you. Bless you. I hope you're doing well. So this is a general collective reading. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for joining us. We're going to sort of tap into the general energies here, see what comes up. And yeah, we'll sort of see what the guys want to bring forward. Right, let's go. This is the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. And then we'll jump into tarot afterwards as well. Right, let's have a look. And again, those that have had readings with me via phone, you know that I don't tend to usually use tarot. These are just for visual aids, because obviously you guys are watching, so it's like probably just boring me just talking at you. So, right, let's go. What do you want to tell us here, Spirit, please? What is it you need to tell us here? Wow. Wow. This is, okay, and I already know, I'm going to just say this now. There's going to be I already know there's going to be a reaction to this card. It says, bringing it into form. bring it into form. It's interesting how I've just equated that to bringing it into form. Can you see the left leg? Yeah. Oh yeah, Jamie, as soon as I looked at this, I was like, okay then. Can you see the left leg is slightly raised? Now it looks like the right leg on here, but it's actually the left leg is up. The right leg is down. We've got to be really careful with our, how do I want to say this? Okay, square peg round hole, don't make it fit. If you've done something, if something has happened and it's not to plan, like I said right at the beginning, don't make it fit. It's redirecting. You're being redirected and you're bringing something else new in. There's a new recalibration, there's a new balance. And as you can see here, there's a ripple effect going on here. Yeah. I think it's trying to reassure you. Because whatever, there's going to be a sort of an energy behind this of, now it's really interesting. I'm talking to you guys now, but I feel like I'm in a dream. I actually feel like I'm in a dream. It feels like things aren't real. It's a very surreal feeling when I'm tapping into this energy. It's like I'm doing the reading, but I'm also observing me doing the reading. There's a kind of, be honest with you, it feels a bit like depersonalization. It feels very disconnected, discombobulated. Yeah, a daze, felt it all week. Yeah, it's like we're observing ourselves, like we're disconnected. How do I want to say this? It's yeah. So if you are in that position, or you have been in that position, again, we need to make sure we're grounded. Now, obviously, millions of different ways you can do that, but first of all, obviously, visualization exercise of rooting, your feet into the earth, like you're a big oak tree, is a really useful one. If you feel like your emotions are disconnected, tap into them, feel them out. If you haven't had time to tap into how you're feeling, we need to practice a bit of mindfulness here, because it feels like, again, first thing I kind of said was, it feels like something shifted and our energetic or our physical body hasn't caught up yet. In the spiritual realm, in the sort of ethers here, past the fifth dimension, it's already sort of manifesting. But obviously in this reality that we're in, it hasn't anchored here yet, so we can't physically see it, but we're observing it. But we haven't seen the physical, tangible effects. Yeah. We need to make sure that, see, this is the thing. Mindfulness is a really good exercise because it's about focusing on the present moment. So if you're sat there and you're visualizing what you're going to do in the next 16 steps, the next 2 weeks, I would, over the next couple of days, make sure that you're bringing that back into the kind of present moment. And again, same as if you're looking back, worrying about what's happened or an action that you've taken or a situation you've been in, I would be just bringing that awareness back to the present moment. So if you don't already know how to practice mindfulness, definitely look into that, because there's going to be a series of shifts and changes here that if you're not focusing on the present moment, you'll miss it. But there's an opportunity. So if you've already had the tail end of that maybe wasn't so positive, there is a positive coming from it. But it's like the shock of the initial was to test to see if you're paying attention. And obviously, at the moment, we are definitely paying attention because, again, having spoken to people, it's like, it feels a bit weird. Like I don't feel physically in my body. I feel like, there's situations going on that were out of my hands. There's going to be another succession of shifts going on with this that we need to be very present in the present moment in order to capitalize when they happen, because it will give you a manifestation opportunity. Because it's Libra, obviously, sometimes maybe you see the tail end of that first, maybe the not so great side of that first. But then don't forget, with the weighing scales, if you're pushing down on one end, what's at the other end? There's another end to the weighing scale that's in a higher place, isn't there? So if you're in a lower vibrational place, or if you've had a shock, or something's happened, you've got to trace where that has come from and where it's going to. And where it's going to is there's a higher level that's coming. Same with the Wheel of Fortune. When you turn the wheel, things change, but sometimes it doesn't immediately change. It's a shift. But because the shift has like a tail end to it that's great, big, good, sometimes the immediate kind of after effects of that are not so great in the sort of the couple of seconds afterwards. All right. Don't try and resist. If there's a resistance energy to this and it feels like things that you're trying to push through it, or there's a frustration energy, let it go, because it's just not time for that to kind of you to be out the tail end of that, let's say. It's coming though. It's interesting because the way I'm picking up on this is I feel like there's a heightened energy. There's a really nervous anticipation I'm tapping into here. It's like people are waiting for something bad to happen. And obviously we've got to be really careful what we're manifesting at the moment, because the way I'm feeling out this energy is it's like there's a nervous excitement, which is great because then we can manifest something from it. But if you're, just be aware that it's not always, the manifestation side of that is not always like, you've got to be careful what you're manifesting, basically. All right, let's have a look what else they want to tell us here. Did someone just say in there, someone just said understood loud and clear? I don't know who that was, but I heard you. Whoever that was, someone said that in their head. I don't know, maybe it's so that I'm tapping into someone else who's sort of going to react to something and then they're going to say those words, because I feel like I'm tapping into a future timeline here as well. Do you know, it's really interesting. Someone might have a really strong connection to Egypt. Quite a few cards have flown out there. One sec. Just getting I'm getting two things. I'm getting Serapis Bay. Someone's got a connection to Serapis Bay, and if you resonate with that name, research, do a bit of Googling. And the second is there's an Egyptian link here. Tutankhamun. Now, I don't know if this is someone that, you know, you've been tapping into the energy or what it is, but it's like there's an assistance energy behind this. It's like whoever this is for, I feel like that it could be just maybe a few people. Someone's been asking for help, and it's like that's the energy that's coming through. Wow, look. So it says restore and replenish, and this is someone that's curled up in a ball, really. Very spring-like energy. Can you see the key at the top? Someone's trying. This is very hermit-like energy. So Virgo, okay. Rebirth. This person's of the earth, and there's a sea connection, and of the earth. This is starseed energy, and I'm going to be really honest with you. This links to Hydra, and if you haven't looked into Hydra, specifically the Hydra starseeds, then, and if that name resonates with you, then do it. Especially if you have affinity with water. Especially if you have affinity with water. It's very King Cobra energy. Very, because as soon as I said that, I'm getting that kind of very strong King Cobra energy coming through. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. What else can you tell us here, please? Ah, look. The twins, the power of attraction. So there's a strong manifestation here going on. As you can see, there's someone's hand chakras are actually developing. Now, I don't know if someone's been playing with energy with their hands, but someone's hand chakras have been opening up. And also I'm picking up, are you a twin, Hannah? Bless you. And I'm also picking up someone's been doing something with money. Now, I don't know if you've been playing with money here. Oh yeah, of course. There's all Jamie, you guys have got twins, haven't you? I keep forgetting about the babies. And Hannah, you're a twin, and there's lots of, you know, twin flames as well. There's a lot of mirroring going on here. Someone's been manifesting money or looking into how money is energetically. How do I want to word this? How the energy of money works. How the energy of money works. I'm just hearing coming into alignment now. For twins, for other twins that aren't in union, there's an alignment happening here. It's like you, Luke. Maybe. I mean, it's not a bad thing. Just be careful. Just don't be doing any weird spells or anything. In my opinion. Now, many people will probably argue with that, but I don't know. Yeah, that when it comes, I feel like with any manifestation, it should be clear cut. When you're talking about spell work and money, I'm like, don't know about that. Energetic wise, manifestation wise, yes. There's more to this card, they're telling me. What am I missing here? I don't know why, but they keep talking about holographic, something about holographic. Yeah, well, look at the shape of these. It's like 50p shapes. What's it called? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, not octagon. What's a 6-sided shape called? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 5-sided shape. What's a 5-sided hexagon? Is it? Is that what a 5-sided shape is? Because there's something about that shape. Hexagon. Oh, but is it a pentagon? Oh, Hannah. Pentagon. Yeah, pentagon. Hang on, isn't that the... Oh, here we go. Isn't that the American government facility? Here we go. Here... I don't want any more phone calls. Oh, Luke. I knew I should have filmed that video before this. Oh, right, well, we know what video's coming next, don't we? Yeah. Bottom of the deck. This is so funny. Trust yourself. And you've got a few creatures that are... This is something based on the earth. I'm hearing the earth is giving back. Watch and wait. Okie doke. We'll tap into that, I think, at some point. Oh no, here we go. I've just shuffled them the wrong way again. I'm thinking of that. It must be thinking of see, do you see what I mean? This is like, this energy is very easy to get caught up in. 11 in chat. Oh goodness. Synchronicities, right. Let's have a look. Let's see what other messages we've got. So with the 5s, because they want me to go back to this pentagon. 5 is Leo. 5 is Leo energy. So the birthing. It's very regal, noble energy. It's like the birth. There's a rebirth. There's a lot of rebirthing references. We've got shock of the new in the reverse here. It's like, how I want to say this is, there's surprises, but are they actually surprises, or did you expect them? Yeah, are there actually surprises, or did you expect them? Why do I feel like someone's anticipating something, it's going to go differently, but then when it happens, people are going to be like, oh, That makes sense. It's like there's a surprise, but it's not so much of a surprise. I know I'm sounding so vague here, but it's a general reading. I would like to go into more detail, but right, let's go into this after. I feel like I want to go to the after tarot. No, what one do you want? Oh, I'm split now. This one. Okay, I think we're going to go for the good tarot here. I think we're going for the good tarot. I think that's what's calling me. Okay, let's have a look. All right, let's see what's going on. Oh, here we go. We've got cards flipping over again. Okay. I'm just hearing it's been designed that way. Did someone ask? I feel like someone's asked a question in their head, and the answer is it's been designed that way. And if you haven't asked that question in your head, then I'm not sure what else to say, really. But yeah, right. Let's have a. What is this? Let's see. Let's see what else wants to come through. What is that imaginary string that I'm picking up? All right. What's going on here, please, Spirit? What else can you tell us? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. The energy is very spacey now that obviously I'm tuning into more than one person. The energy is very spacey. It's healing energy because I'm burning up. If I'm being totally honest with you, so usually, it feels like a physical upgrade. I'll be totally honest with you. Right, let's have a look. What can you tell us, please, Spirit? Wow. Wow. Four of Wands. Four of Wands. This is very twin flame energy. Someone's been called up. I don't know what that's. It looks like that's. There's like it looks like a symbol that's on this stone, and I can't work out if that's Uranus. Yeah, Kate, I'm not surprised. It feels. I'll be really honest with you. It's building up. It's this Scorpio moon's no joke. I'll be really honest with you. If this isn't just like kind of releasing around the 7th, I'll be shocked, because at the moment, every time I look at something, I can see like a reference to a Scorpio moon, and I'm like, wow. Yeah, there's a symbol here on this card. It looks like a mix of Venus and Uranus. It looks like a mix of Venus and Uranus. Now, Uranus obviously being that very rebellious energy, and Venus being the planet of love. Four of Wands is very much that home card. It's a union. It's twin flame. I'm just hearing the cat is out the bag. I'm hearing the cat's out the bag. Wow. We've got the star that's just flown out. Right, so we've got the star, which is very Aquarius energy here. This is someone. Someone doesn't want to acknowledge something. It looks like a sun behind her back. Okay, sun is about enlightenment and it's about knowledge. Why do I feel like someone is calling someone in and the other person is pretending they haven't heard it? This person's calling something in, and whatever this is that is manifesting, or if it's a person, is pretending they haven't noticed it. Look, the sun is behind this person. The sun being behind is almost like, you know, the truth is behind you, but you're not turning to look. Can you see? They're not turning to acknowledge. They're, hi, Aquarius, hello. This is your card, I think. We've got the star card here. Welcome. Someone's trying to acknowledge something, but they're not quite in that full level of awareness because they're talking about difficulty to understand. It's like there's an emotionally charged situation here that someone is finding very difficult to understand. And they're saying the penny hasn't quite dropped yet in terms of they're not quite ready to see it. Yeah, they're not quite ready to see it. Now, interestingly, we've now got the Knight of Earth, Messenger of Earth. So Knight of Pentacles. It's weird. It's interesting because whoever's called this in is now waiting. It's like they're tentatively sat waiting for this return on what they've sent out. This could have been a manifestation. It could be a literal message you're waiting on. It could be a wish of some sort. It's like you put something out into the ethers. It was something that was emotionally charged for you, and now the person or the situation that's acknowledged it is pretending that they haven't, and you're waiting for the return. Hello, welcome. So yeah, Spirit just saying all will be revealed. This again, do you know, I'm not even going to be surprised if the moon comes out at this point, because it feels like you're going to get an answer around the 7th. It just feels like there's going to be a follow-up around the 7th with this. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Someone is not... I'm hearing the chips are down, but someone's not acknowledging it. There's a focus on a loss here. There's a really strong focus on a loss. But Spirit just saying, but what's to be gained? When you lose something, it just brings in space for new. So what's to be gained? And now they're smiling at me. Capilla, you going to behave yourself in here? Or we're going to have words? Right, let's have a look. Well, that flew on the other side of the room, so that's awesome. Right, which way? Upright. Okay, so we've got the King of Swords here. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Someone is, look, there's a realization. This is someone that's finally having to acknowledge. So the PayPal link is in the description. And if you want to donate, then obviously by all means utilize the PayPal link for the donations if you feel like that is something you'd like to do. Thank you so much. So mystified. Yeah, this is a realization though. Can you see around the King of Air's face? His eyes are not quite open here. It's like there's a quiet contemplation going on about this situation that hasn't quite manifested into a final decision. And now they're just saying, again, all be revealed, and now they're just smiling at me. Why do I feel like, do you know what this feels like to me? It's like there's going to be 70, I'm going to be really honest with you, it feels like there's false starts again. False start and then another false start. It's like you'll do something and then you'll think, oh no, why did I do that? Oh, how annoying. And then there'll be a reveal from it. And then you'll do something else afterwards. And you think, oh no, I've done it again. But little do you know, you're being led in a direction that you're needing to go. So be very careful if you're in that energy where you think, oh no, why have I just done this? And then you're beating yourself up. Just be really aware that, is this not where you're already needing to go? Because the exact words the guides have just said are, because it feels that way. And now they're smiling. So is this an actual mistake, or is it, because they're just, now the guides are winking, like, of course my guides are so totally extra in this whole thing. Is this not something that actually is need to happen? And so they're trying to sort of allow you to maneuver into a position where, again, you're taken off guard. Are you having continuously, you know, sort of one situation after the other where you're taken off guard, and actually it's designed to make you go where you need to go? Because it honestly feels that way to me. It feels like this is they're just saying needed. They're just saying it's needed for you to understand how it works. I don't know why they're giving me 3 words at a time. Maybe you're going to be in contact with someone that's giving you 3-word answers. Now they're smiling again. Yeah, 3 of Earth. My guides are giving me the most cryptic information. They're like, now 1 + 1 = 2. And I'm like, yeah. We've got the 3 of Pentacles here. She's utilizing the best of what she's got. They're saying there was their side of the story, there was your side of the story, then there was the truth. There's something here about 2 worlds colliding, 2 things colliding to merge into one. Now, this is the thing. If we are having all kinds of weird experiences where the reality is not quite matching things, or we're having shocks, or we're having, you know, physical disruptions of some sort, you know, I'll be honest with you, usually it's because there's something very big coming, and there has to be a merging that takes place. And obviously, usually when that merging takes place, it's not just going to suddenly happen in the blink of an eye, because that would be very, very extreme. I feel like we're leading up to something here. And again, I'm going to reference the Scorpio moon on the 7th, because it feels like it's like someone's trying to get into 5th gear here, and we're going up to 2nd, and then we'll be going up to 3rd. We're not going directly up to 5th, because it's going to stall the car, you know. So, because obviously we need to accelerate. There needs to be a sort of repelled, you know, acceleration going on, and a motion, a forward motion first. Momentum needs to be gained. And Spirit are just saying, what's the backstory to this? What's the backstory to this? So obviously, the more time that passes between now and when the full effects of this take shape, it's again, we're having timeline changes, and it's like they're trying to maneuver us through these, and based on people's decision, it's going to get us to a certain point and an outcome that will determine what happens after that. Now, that's really vague, but it's the best way I can say it. It sounds real. See, I feel like when I say vague stuff like that, it annoys me, because it's a general reading. So, you know what I mean? But just be prepared. I wouldn't, if you've got plans over the next 3 days, don't expect them to go exactly as clockwork. That's how I'm gonna say it to you. Queen of Water, Queen of Cups. Allow yourself to release any emotion. If you're frustrated, release it. If you're annoyed with yourself, release it. And that it's easier said than done. If you're agitated, sit in that energy and try and trace through what exactly is it that's triggered that energy, what's prompted that. Because if you can get behind that and sort of work through it and release, it's going to really help you. Because I'm going to be really honest with you, what I'm seeing at the moment is around, again, the Scorpio moon, there is going to be a very dramatic emotional release. And I feel like the more you're able to do that now leading up to it, the easier it will be. But also because you'll be in your emotions, you can go with the flow a lot more. And again, that feminine energy, the left side of the body, that feminine flow, it's about surrender. 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is it can be a little bit stubborn, this energy. 4 of Pentacles can be a little bit stubborn. Can you see I think she's holding her hands out. She's holding her hands out, expecting something, but they're above her. And if she actually moved, she'd be able to reach them, but she's not. She's there, rigid. So if there's movement here, then you'd be able to receive what was yours, what's truly yours. So make sure that the tunnel focus, you remember, like I said, about the reality feeling a little bit like it's all over the place. Is it, or is it perspective that's shifting? Which is it? Because it feels like there's a mix of both going on here. It's to prepare you to get, because don't forget, when we're transitioning into different dimensions, we're not in a different area. This is a level of perception that changes. So if enlightenment is not meant to sort of, you know, you're some kind of alien guru that's like, you know, this is a level of awareness or mindfulness that is tapping into something of a higher source, of a higher nature. So if we're, again, it feels like we're being prepared to kind of maneuver our way through things. Yeah, look, just as I've said that, Chariot. We're being prepared to maneuver our way. This is about a gateway. Like we get, again, the mask is off, but the mask is still on, but we can see now. So it's like we're in preparation. The journey's taking shape. The horses, you know, the kind of horse drawn carriage that is going to lead us is preparing to leave, because the directional navigation has been assessed, and there's a little bit more of an awareness of what's going on. Therefore, the direction can take shape. Spirit just saying there's a heightened level of awareness here. And I don't know why I want to say this, but I want to talk. I don't know if this is someone that's experienced that's happened recently, or if this is what's going to happen. It's like people are going to go to shops, obviously, you know, for necessities, and they're going to be looking around. It's going to feel like there's, it's like they're watching a film, but it's not a film. They're in it. Because it's going to be like a surreal experience of people doing their own thing and sort of getting their head down. It's like you're not of that world. It's like you're observing it. That's what it's going to feel like, just because I'm just seeing it through someone's eyes, how they're viewing it. It's because your conscious awareness is shifting. I'll be honest with you, especially if you're kind of isolated, or if you're a bit of a hermit, or if you prefer you're, you know, a little bit insulated, or, you know, sort of introverted energy, especially if you're in this kind of isolation and then you're going outside, you're going to notice that more. You're going to have a sense of perspective massively shifting. And there's the enlightenment, there's the awareness. Look, the sun. The sun is truth, enlightenment, awareness. Again, 5, Leo energy, enlightenment, royalty, humbleness, regal. There's an acknowledgement here. Can you see here on the star card? The star card is showing, it's almost like it looks like the sun behind her, but she's holding on to the water. So she's not quite understanding the emotional nature of things. But as you can see, it's like she's transmuted that energy, going from more of a detached, kind of depersonalized point of view into a more fluid energy. And even look, the whole thing shifted as well. Can you see there's the fleur-de-lis at the top of that sun as well? It's like things have taken root, things have taken shape. The Chariot and the sun as well is going to be, that's a very strong energy. Chariot and the sun is very, very strong energy here. Now, interestingly, I think Chariot is Cancer and the sun is Leo, which is, they're right next to each other. Now, to me, that references the 21st of June, which is the summer solstice. So whatever happens, I feel, over the next couple of days with this Scorpio moon is going to really show the effects up until the 21st. Now, again, this is the third time I've referenced the 21st of June, and I don't want to shoot off ahead and try and talk about that at the moment, but I'm going to just tell you now, that's a very significant date. And yes, it also relates to a very strong astrological placement with the star card here, that it's not just about the first day, of traditional day of summer, the sun, not just about that. It's there's an energy that's opening up that I feel we're going to probably be tapping into a little bit with this full moon, that is then going to kind of be an offshoot for what's happening around the 21st. It's like we're playing leapfrog, and then we're having to go back and sort of complete anything that was mismatched. Then we're doing another leapfrog into some other energy that we're kind of testing out. This is like, again, I'm going to use the same analogy here. It's like a car that's trying to get into a gear and find the right gear and the right pace, but it hasn't quite found it yet. That's how I feel this reality is at the moment, and will be over the next couple of days. So just mindfulness, make sure that you're keeping an eye on what you're doing, and you know, if you've got a busy day, just make sure that you're not, because it's very easy to sit and just kind of be, you know, or just out of your mind almost, or out of your body, where you're not paying attention to what's going on, because again, it's the pace. We tend to get sucked into a pace, don't we? Because especially if we're in a situation where it's the rat race, isn't it? Especially more traditional kind of, 9 to 5 hours of a workplace, we tend to just kind of go into that energy, and it's natural for us to kind of be in that. This energy at the moment is asking you to pull away, not because they want you to not do anything, but because it's like that's the old way of doing things. That whole sort of just slotting into that kind of pace is not the way. It's like we've been programmed a little bit with our school life, to sort of go here, do that, study this, come to this point at this time. They're trying to break us away from that, which if we're getting interrupted in our normal day-to-day lives, that's to remind us to be mindful, because it's very easy in this energy, if you get a bit busy, to start falling back into that rat race energy, and spirit don't want you to do that, because when you get into a rat race energy, you're not consciously aware again, are you? And don't forget, with all the lockdowns going on, this is not just about a health issue. This is also about a developmental or conscious awareness kind of evolution that is ideally needing to take shape, Yeah. Strength. Leo energy again. Strength. And I'm just hearing, I'm ready. So I don't know if you've sat and wished for something and said, look, I'm ready for this. Can we get on with it? I'm ready. It's like someone's trying to, again, it's this car that's revving. I'm just hearing a car revving here. And it's like, can we just go? And it's like, yes, you can. But what's going on in your immediate peripheral vision in the now? And is it okay? And it's not just in the physical. It's like your heart center, is that aligned? Do you feel happy in this present moment in time? Do you feel content? And if you don't, what is it you can do? And I get it, if you're busy and you've got other things you need to be doing, it's very important to obviously continue that responsibility. But what about you? Are you neglecting you? Because if you're neglecting you, we need to correct that before we continue on. We need to correct that. They're just saying you're just as important as your responsibilities. You're more important than your responsibilities, even, because without you, how are those responsibilities going to get done? Reminder. They're saying reminder. They're saying we shouldn't have to remind of this, but reminder. Just because we're in a different situation or a setting doesn't mean to say that we don't still adhere to the normal rules of ourselves and taking care of ourselves. We've got the Three of Cups in the reverse. It's like lack of kind of friendship or lack of interaction, socializing. It's like there's a bit of a pent-up frustration or energy here where people are just sort of like, well, I just want to, because obviously Three of Cups upright is usually the socialization card. It's that kind of going out and enjoying yourself and interacting. With it being in the reverse, that's run dry. I feel like tempers are people are not enjoying things at the moment, I feel. And so again, there's little clues in reality in what day-to-day is that it's asking you, it's not to say that, okay, we're never going to make you happy and this is just try and wind you up. It's to say, look to other things you wouldn't ordinarily look to make you happy. Little things that maybe you put off that you didn't have time to do or something, because it's like whatever made you happy before might not be making you happy in this now. Because it's like you're changing, aren't you? And so our needs change and our interests change, They're saying there's a reevaluation taking place in all areas. So if you come up to the point where you're feeling like maybe your enjoyment levels, because again, Leo is about enjoyment, it's about creativity. What is it that can be like, basically they're asking you to relook at things that make you happy, like that kind of hobbies, that kind of things that you enjoy. Wow. I mean, and literally out of the blue, we've got the King of Pentacles, love, and the Two of Cups. So if you're in a position at the moment where you're sat frustrated thinking, this is not working for me, I don't want to, I want this course of action to happen now, they're not in disagreement with you, but they're saying we need your attention to be put back to you for the moment before we can shoot off forward, because what about you? You know, what about you? And then immediately when your distraction, it's like there's a distraction taking shape. And so then again, like I said, false start. This is like a distraction, but it's a good one, because what's behind it is something you probably want, you know. There's a good distraction on its way. It doesn't have to be false start, dud after dud. It doesn't have to be that. It can also be something a little bit nicer, you know. Is this way or the other way? This is the Seven of Cups. So we've got confusion, choices, things to decide on. Which one do I want? What do I want? How do I feel? I don't know what to decide. I don't know how to choose. Not sure. Confusion. What do I choose? Is this a trick? Is this something that is real? That's the other thing. Is this something that is real? It's like, how do I want to move forward? It's like that someone's looking into something here that, put it this way, it feels like they're planning a lot, but they're planning it all in one go rather than taking it a step at a time. And it feels someone's getting overwhelmed. It's like a huge project someone's trying to plan, but rather than doing bit by bit, it's like they're trying to do everything at once. And it's like it feels like a business or something that someone's trying to do all at the same time, and then they're getting frustrated because it's not happening. It's like, just take it a step at a time. Again, false start. Don't forget false start. It doesn't mean to say it's not going to happen for you. It just means that you're overlooking something. Look back at what's going on at the moment. What are you not seeing? Page of fire in the reverse here. This is Page of Wands. Lack of enthusiasm. Lack of enthusiasm. Did something go wrong recently and you're thinking, oh, well, I don't know what else to do now? Because is that not just, again, a false start? And then what is left to come? Because don't forget, if you're busy worrying too much about what happened, still, maybe this is an ongoing thing, then don't forget, you might miss what's coming towards you that is good, that's going to definitely overcompensate for what happened before. They're just trying to weigh this up so that people are looking in the right direction when things come in. They don't want you to miss your chance. Now, is it going to be for everyone where you've got to really quickly decide? Probably not. But for some of you, yes, you're going to have something unexpected coming to you, and you're probably going to be put on the spot to say, what do you think, or what do you want to do? And if you're not focusing on the now, that's going to be a bit of a tricky one, because you're going to be caught unaware. And that's what Spirit are trying to draw you back to, because then you can discern and give the right decision for you, then for the best for your higher self. So again, and don't forget, they're doing it in a bit of a sneaky way. So if you've had maybe a job offer that wasn't exactly confirmed, and then they said, actually, no, it's a no. Okay, well, let's focus back on the present moment. How do you feel at the moment? What are your goals? What do you want? What can you compromise on? What aren't you going to compromise on? If you're in that energy, then when that offer or something comes to you, you're going to know exactly what you're doing because you're paying attention. But if you're distracted and sort of worrying about everyone else, and you haven't done self-care, you haven't had time on your own and sort of you time, are you prepared? Yeah, because this is the Knight of Cups. There's an offer coming here. And it's not an offer. It's an offer that's been kept a little bit of a surprise. The Knight of Cups. So this is, her face is exactly my kind of reaction. Like, are you real? Is this fake? What are you not showing me? What am I missing? Now, my right ear is going insane at this point. So there's spiritual upgrades going on as well. This is not just a physical thing. There's things going on in the ethers here. Let me just tune into that energy. This is very strong star family energy, but it's also starseed. You guys are going to have some insane upgrades. I'm not going to lie. I don't know why I want to say this, but it's like someone's put a helmet on my head and I'm just tapping into all these lines of thought, and they're not yours and they're not mine. It's like star family energy. It's ancestral, but it's not. It's from the ethers. It's really, I don't even know how to explain it in words. Let me just tap into this. I want to see what's going on. I want to be nosy. Wow. Okay. If you are clairaudient, Mistina, hi, welcome. Luke, hey. Luke, trust us to have the weirdest mirroring ever. First it was donuts and now it's ear ringing. I'm just hearing someone speaking to me in a totally different language. It's like, it feels like light language. I'm trying to not listen to the words. I'm trying to feel out what the meaning is. So obviously the veil is very thin at the moment, so we can tap into a lot more things. People's ancestral, and I'm not talking about physical body ancestral, I'm talking a different realm ancestral. We're returning home. We are returning. I feel like I'm going to get emotional now. We're returning home. We're going home. I don't know how else to say it. It's like we're returning back to something that was missed. That's why there's all these weird jolts and there's these weird kind of, they're trying to prepare us to get us into the right place at the right time. And it's not, it doesn't need to be, and okay, I get it. Some people are going to find it like that it's not so nice, you know, or like it's not as expected, or, but if you have a bad day, then that doesn't mean to say that every day is going to be bad. It just means that you're a human being and that you're trying to navigate through something in order to get onto the right track, which you're probably already on. But it just means you're being recalibrated. They're returning us back to our right lineage, our right line, our right directional energy that probably I don't feel like we were missing, but it feels like because we're on Earth that we were definitely being drawn into another. Because if you look at what's been going on in the last couple of months, the first part of 2020, ridiculous. The greed and the type of energy is not okay. Certainly for me, even leading up to that, I was like, I don't want to be involved in this. Yeah, exactly. It's like, but this is, again, it's like starseed energy. It's because I'm hearing light language here. This is not typically, this is of a different, it's evolved from a different energy. This is not human energy that I'm tapping into. Sorry if that scares anyone, but I'm just going to be honest with you there. So if you're starseed, then you'll resonate with what I'm saying here. But we're being prepared. This is going to get so, you know, I love this energy personally, because this is the thing. The fact that I can have a conversation with someone that doesn't speak the same language as me and read them that easily, because this, whoever I'm tapping into here, which is probably my own star family lineage, they're saying yes, has got nothing to hide. There's no ulterior motive or agenda here. It's just a pure connection. Now, if I went to tap into it and walk to the shops and met another human being who is, you know, physically human, would that have the same type of straightforwardness? No, because we are, you know, souls living in a physical existence and we've been given egos, so not necessarily. But it's a reminder that things are going to be returning back to a more straightforward energy. This is to simplify. It's to allow, it's a freedom. There's a freedom. Patience in the reverse position. Do I want to take that in the reverse? They're saying no. We need to have a bit of patience here. If we are not manifesting things exactly as needed in this present second, in this present, you know, moment in time, what's the reason for that? What's the reason for that? Is it because we are awful, terrible human beings and that we're being punished? No, it's because it's not right. It's not quite ripe yet. Don't forget, we're in the spring energy. Usually the fruit is harvested sort of into the later months, isn't it? Especially in the, you know, sort of end of May, beginning of June is usually the season for the kind of, you know, summer fruits, let's say. That's the energy I'm tapping into here. Now we've got the messenger of air, which is the Knight of Swords. What you'll find is things are going to move very quickly. So at a certain point in time, they're saying savor the patience now. So if things are not moving in your favor now, savor it, because what's going to happen is, and I'll be honest with you, it feels like, again, and I'll go into the 21st of June later in a different video because there's more to that, but there is definitely an energy of, as it stands at the moment, the jigsaw puzzle pieces are being collected. And we're doing the corners at the moment, and then there's odd pieces that are being pieced together, and sometimes you try and put a piece together and it doesn't quite fit, there's a bit of friction. That's what we're currently going through, because there's so many different moving parts as a collective. It feels a bit kind of like, again, a stalled car. So again, don't be too hard on yourself. But 10 of air, 10 of swords, things are being released. They're saying go with the flow. Go with the flow. Now, does that mean not looking, you know, or not paying attention, or not? Now, just FYI, this is coming from someone who's broken literally every bone in their body. I've broken my collarbone, my arm. I've broken my foot. Again, so FYI, you know, this is coming from someone who's a total klutz. So, and I can 100%, you know, apart from maybe one break, say that it was because I was not in my mindfulness energy. I was not in the present moment. 10 of air. So Nine of Cups, and that, wow. I mean, see, look, this is what I mean. I was not expecting those cards. It's like we're being detoured again now. I'm like, oh, okay, I was just here. Now I'm over there. This is the energy. It's like, and if you haven't already watched the Capricorn May 2020 video, the screenshot of the arrow that goes back and forward is 1000% this kind of energy. High Priestess and the Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment that maybe wasn't as expected, or wasn't interpreted, or wasn't always guaranteed. But there's a reveal, again, another reveal coming. There's another reveal. I know I keep channeling the big reveal. There's a reveal, but there's... Let me tap into this High Priestess here, because the High Priestess is the keeper of the secret. So naturally, as a Scorpio moon, I'm going to go and dig and annoy whoever this is. So earlier on, I made the mistake of asking my guides, when I'm a bit confused about getting messages, can you just give me a song? Then I had about 100 songs, and I was like messaging people going, this is the song, this song. This song I'm getting here is called I Love Your Smile. Don't make me sing it, for God's sake. Can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name of the song, but I know the lyrics are I love your smile. I love your... I don't know. This has just come up. It is actually a 90s song as well. This is 1991, Shanice, I Love Your Smile. I think that might be it. Someone's put in a wish for something and they thought they didn't get it. Yeah, Luke, that's the song. I was about to sing that exact part as well. Jamie, we need your singing expertise. Yeah. Not, they're all yeah, but I'm old, Kate, so that's why they're all 90s references, I'm afraid. I think they always give me songs that I know they know I'm gonna know, because that is a song I used to listen to as well. Someone's someone's going to get a really nice surprise and they're not expecting it. Trust me. Maybe I'll do a singing segment one day. That's not going to happen. I'll do it only if Jamie joins me. 8 of Pentacles. This is work in progress. And actually, we've got the violin now showing up. This is work in progress. There's something that's... something about collecting something in the ethers, collecting energy. Now they're talking about the mountains. I don't know what, if there's a, it's like someone's manifested something and it's just paused in the ethers. I can see it. And I'm trying to figure out what's stopping. And they're just saying time is stopping. There's a timing issue here. There's a timing issue. It's not quite ripe. It's not quite ripe. What on earth? Wheel of Fortune, and then the wheel turns. This is going to get to the point where people are going to sit there and go, I tried to manifest it, it didn't happen, I'm going to have to move on with my life. The second you turn around and go, it's like the second you're about to walk off, it turns. But it doesn't feel like this is going to be like in 3 days. This feels like there's a momentum that's building up here again, and there's some big, this is the karmic wheel. So it's like whatever someone's been building up wishes into one big wish. This feels like money as well. Luke, is that you again? Have you been playing with money again? Money energy. I mean, yeah, fair play. Someone's opened a box though, and it's like the box is on, I can see it. The box is literally, the top's off it and the sides are down and it's there. It just hasn't been taken yet. That's it. That's the only thing. And the reason it hasn't been taken is there's a mismatch in energy, which only time will resolve. But it's coming. Not so distant future. Now, I don't know why, but I'm seeing Jurassic Park. Now I'm just seeing Jurassic Park. If someone's humming the song, I don't know if someone's humming the song, but I can hear someone humming the soundtrack to Jurassic Park in my head. Do, 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 do. It feels like the dream that someone had. I don't know, it's like someone's life work. Right, what else can you tell us here? Let's make it the last card and then we'll do Oracle. 7 of Pentacles. It's on pause, guys. Look, 7 of Pentacles, waiting game. It's in the ethers. It's in the ethers. It's just got to be manifested in a sort of right vibration. It's not quite time. 7 of Pentacles is about, again, it's a sowing a seed and waiting for it to be ready to be ripe. So if you got, can you hear the car horn? That's your, again, if you've been sat there going, oh, I don't know, maybe this is not for me. The car horn has just gone off. Now, I don't know why I want to say this, but usually that's like Angel Michael, usually. Right, let's have a look. Let's go with the... Of course, we're going to go with the Starseed Oracle today for closing Oracle cards. Let's see what they want to bring through. What can you tell us, please, Spirit? What do you want to tell us, please? This is interesting. Now I'm seeing a graph. Someone's into fairies here because it's, I don't know if someone's been using like Fae or the Devic Kingdom. But if you've been doing fairy like manifestation or something, it's just saying there's an acknowledgement of that here to say someone's heard your request. Someone's heard your request. The fairies have heard your request. It's upside down. Yeah, look, exactly as I've said it. Look, perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. Wow. Wow. I mean, when you put it like that, it's kind of like, yeah, kind of, it really doesn't matter, does it? Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. So we need to look at something more objectively, maybe. If you're focusing too much on something. Last card, please. Last card. What else do we need to know? Again, I keep getting I don't know why, but they're talking about frankincense now. Might have to light some. I've got frankincense essential oil and I've got frankincense incense, so I might have to light that in a minute. But they're talking about frankincense. What else? Is there anything else we need to be aware of, please? They're saying get a new deck. Okay, we'll do. What we do? Oh, here we go. You know what deck I'm going for now, don't you? It's got to be done. How did I not think of this sooner? We're pulling out Metatron. It's got to be done. Right, let's see what Metatron has to say. Now they're saying not this deck. Get your mind up. They're saying, yeah, use it. Okay, yeah, right. What else do we need to know, please? There's a Christmas reference again, frankincense. Now they're playing Christmas carols in my ear. If you've been trying to manifest something from Christmas, did you see that orb? If you've been trying to manifest something from Christmas and it was like, again, another false start from then, this is also tied into that point in time when around the mid-June, end of June, you're probably going to manifest that or something to do with that. They're talking about meticulous planning. Oh, wow. It says, leadership, answer the call. If you've been called to do something and you've been putting it off and you've been putting it off and you've been putting it off and you've been putting it off, please make sure that you try and look into that, because this is kind of your confirmation to say you're not imagining it, go for it. You know, this is not imagination. This is, we've got blue here. This is Madonna and mothering. Someone's, again, this is a channel. This is like a pure channel. And blue is Archangel Michael's color as well, which is typically around the throat chakra. So if you, they're talking about leadership around speaking out, communication, vocalizing. Whatever way you typically communicate, they're asking you to step out into that leadership role to do the communication of some kind. Right, new deck. Right, we're going to end with Nature's Whispers. We're going to end, the last oracle is going to be Nature's Whispers. Because, again, they're just asking me to pull from this deck now. This is the Nature's Whispers oracle card by Angela Hartfield and Josephine Wall. Let's see. What Last message, please, Spirit. Last message. Thank you. Last message. Wow. Fresh approach. Wow. Again, someone's manifesting here. And look, you see that rainbow energy at the bottom. Keep going, but you must take a fresh approach with it, because it's asking you to relook at this. Wow. Wow. Acceptance of love. That is stunning. Sorry, that card, I've just been sucked into that card. I love these cards, they're so cool. Okay, and final card, please. Final card. Illumination. It's the Nature's Whispers guidebook, oracle set by Angela Hartfield and Josephine Wall. Illumination. And again, there's that moon. Okay, guys, this was your reading for today. Hopefully that's been of some help. Thank you for all your likes, shares and subscriptions. It means a lot to me. Thank you for watching. Today's obviously video is going to be Aquarius for May 2020. Back on Wednesday, 8 p.m. British Standard Time. Luke, if you want to link your page for the taste session earlier, yeah, guys, take good care of yourselves. Make sure that you're definitely looking out for each other, and you're sort of slowing down a little bit enough to kind of keep well, keep safe, and until next time, take care. Bye.